Hello, everyone. Welcome again to the webinar session, and thank you all for joining, for sacrificing your time to join the call. Like I said before, we just want to wait up till 5:10. So once it is 5:10, we'll start the meeting. So I welcome everybody for joining this call. So while we wait for others to join, I quickly want us to do something in the chat box. Can you please tell us your name and the location where you are joining us from? We can do this in the chat box, please. Thank you.
Hello, DY. Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Hi,
Mm,
Ina. Yeah, I can hear you. Good
oh, sorry,
afternoon.
yeah.
So
Um,
we are
sorry.
we're just trying to like wait for
Can
others
they
to
also
join.
state their
profession, so I can know how to tailor the class as well. Like which
Okay.
industry are they in and what are they doing currently? Like what is their occupation?
Okay. Okay. Thank you for that. So, as we can hear from our speaker, please also can you let us know your profession, if you are an engineer, accountant, lawyer, and what have you. So, like, why you introduce yourself in the chat box, just tell us your profession as well, so that we can tailor the class to suit everybody. So, I know we have some engineers here, we have lawyers here, we have accountants, but let's just um, tell us your profession. So let's do that again for about 3 minutes and then we start. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining this call. I welcome you all to the webinar, and today we are going to be looking at how to write a great CV, the tips you need to know about your CV writing. What are the relevant things that needs to be on your CV for you to be able to get your dream job, and what are the irrelevant things that needs to be removed. So today we'll be covering all those aspects today with the help of our speaker. And I once again welcome everybody for joining this call. And based on the chat so far, I can see that we have more of accountants here. And yeah, accountants. So let's just go right into it. So let me just try to let us know what today's webinar is all about. So it's basically all about writing a great CV, or the tips you need to know, and how to position yourself in getting a dream job, your dream job, and outstanding your fellow um, your fellow on the job interview. So today we've got our speaker Oyindamola to speak with us and to enlighten us on this. But before we go right into that, I would like to hear from, let me say, 2 to 3 people, like 2 male, 2 females. If you can just tell us your expectation from this webinar. And I can see Olalekan Folakemi, and do you want to say something? Or was that a mistake? Well, let me assume that's a mistake. So I need 2 volunteers that are male, 2 volunteers female that can, just let us know what the expectations are for from this program, from this webinar. So 2 males, 2 females. I can see Babatunde Abiola. So I want you to please take the floor.
Okay, thank you for organizing this webinar and for the
Once again, please, before you say anything, just tell us your name again, your location, and your profession. Then tell us your expectation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity of this forum. My name is Babatunde Abiola. I am an administrator, but before, like a few months ago, I switched my career from administration to business and IT. And my expectation from this webinar is I joined basically because the the CV I used more than 10 years ago is the same CV I have up to now. I believe it's a great CV, but I just wanted to know the new things that are going on because I know you people are probably younger, and there are new things that have been added to how to writing a great CV, and so I decided to join because now I am in an international environment. I want to know the best way how to put together my CV so that what I used to use 10, 12 years ago, which used to be great to me, maybe it's obsolete or not. And yeah, that's my expectation. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Babatunde, for telling us your expectation. I have Shama. Shama, do you want to say something? So we've seen one guy has spoken, or one male has spoken. We need one more male to say something, and then 2 females to tell us their expectation as well, and then we can start. So Shama, do you want to say something? Your hand up.
Okay, good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
So I'm the other female that want to say something. So should I speak?
Yes, please.
Okay. So hi again, everybody. I'm the product designer and front-end developer. Probably there are more tech people in this space, but they have not just written anything yet. But I'm basically into tech. And the whole point of this everything is to write a great CV. So I just don't want to target like CVs in write CVs for people just in Nigeria because opportunities are not like as much. But I want to be able to attract, like, write a very good CV that can attract recruiters and more companies outside the country, so I can like make more, earn in other currencies, and just earn more and do better. So I'm hoping to be able to learn how to write a great CV to attract people outside the country and know what to do. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Shama, for telling us your expectation. I think we have tech sis on this call. That's good to know. Olalekan Folakemi, do you want to say something as well? So we need one more male and one more female to tell us their expectation so we can start. Anybody that wants to volunteer can raise his hand up. Titilayo Joanne, please.
Okay. Okay. I'm joining this webinar for me to know the latest thing. I remember the last time I did a CV for this present job I'm doing. I remember one of my daughters said, "Oh, mommy, this is not what they are doing now. We have the latest." Though she tried to put me through, but immediately I got information about this. I said, "Oh, this is the best opportunity for me to know the latest, man. What is happening?" I just want to know more, to do it better, and to do the right thing.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ma, for telling us your expectation. I mean, that's so sweet to hear that you want to know more, even though you've been able to, like, I mean, get some info from your daughter, but you still want to know more. That's very
From the
good to hear.
professionals, yeah.
Wow. Nice. Thank you so much for telling us about that. Dennis, Dennis, please, you want to say something? I think you'll be the last male.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Good evening. Thanks to the organizer, Oyindamola, and Mr. Adedayo. I really appreciate. I just want to thank you for the opportunity to, be part of this your how to write a great CV. Basically, my expectation is, as you have pointed out, I really just want to know how to write a great CV. That's just it. We all write CVs, we apply for job. But sometimes the trend is changing with the latest development, the AI, and so many artificial intelligence tools, so many things that have been developed over time that can assist people to write very great CV. So I believe my coming to this call is, I believe I'm going to learn one or two things that will help me to improve on my CV writing and how to, get a good CV that can land me maybe a dream job. So that's the reason why I joined the call. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dennis, for telling us your expectation as well. So, I mean, the whole idea of asking for our expectation is for us to be able to, like, I mean, at the end of this meeting, examine ourselves if actually we're able to, like, meet that expectation. And I'm very, very sure that with our speaker, she's very loaded with, on this subject matter. She'll be able to, like, I'm sure that at the end of this call, she will be able to, like, meet all our expectations, and I mean, we'll be able to, like, know how to write a great CV. Yes. So let me just briefly tell you about the body that organized this. So it's known as Tax Problem Solvers. So every month we organize webinar. I mean, it could be free. I mean, it could be paid webinars. I mean, just to give back to the professional community, to share from what we know, and also to learn from experts within the field of any field generally. So this is not limited to accounting and finance. It's to all professionals. So every month like that, we hold webinars at least once in a month, just to educate people and give back to the professional community. So if you are not following us, we are on LinkedIn as Tax Problem Solvers. We are on Instagram. We are on X, and then we are on YouTube. So if you have accountant on this call that you have issues with your accounting related matters, we upload videos on YouTube that can help you scale through whatever problems it is you are encountering in your professional work space. So that's basically what we do, and they are the ones that organize this webinar, and yeah, that's why we are here. So right now I would like to while the speaker is speaking, I'll drop the link just in case you want to follow us or subscribe to our YouTube channels to learn more from all that we do. So let me quickly just read our guest's profile and then give her the floor for her to commence the slides she has for us. So Oyindamola Adeleye, that's her name. She's a forward thinker and finance expert, passionate about offering fit for purpose solution, leveraging her skills and experience. She's a highly organized and self-driven finance professional, and I've been passionate about developing a career in the field of accounting since she started her career as an accountant in July 2019 and becoming an assistant finance manager in one of the top leading QSR companies in Nigeria. Oyindamola's passion for the finance profession led her to leading a community of 3,000 finance professionals across social media platforms such as WhatsApp and LinkedIn. I'm a very I'm a beneficiary of this platform as well, and she is equipped with an ACA and possessing more than 4 years of experience of working in diverse financial positions with a few companies. She has gained extensive insights in the field of accounting. So our key competencies include, but not limited to, we have financial reporting, financial analysis, accounts payables reconciliation, inventory management, general ledger, bank reconciliation, fixed asset management, tax accounting, auditing, and expense reporting. She has led teams during this period and has gained understanding of financial reporting standards and accounting software such as Sage 50, Odoo, and Intuit QuickBooks. And then she's the founder of Accounting Job Hub. I don't know, most of us should be familiar with that on LinkedIn and across social media. So join me with our drum rolls. Let's welcome Oyindamola Adeleye. Hi, Oyinda. Please, I want us to celebrate her now. With all these things I've been reading since morning. Better. Please, let's celebrate her. Thank you. Some people are not celebrating. I cannot see some people's yes, please. Let's encourage our speaker. Oyinda, are you there? Please, while we wait for her to speak, let's celebrate her. Let's welcome her. I want to see more of our emojis celebrating our speaker. We can do better, please, guys. Let's celebrate her while we wait for her to speak. We can also welcome her in the chat box. I guess she's still having a glitch with her network. That's why she's unable to say something yet. But I'm sure she will join us soon. Let's not stop. Please, let's celebrate her. Let's celebrate her. Let's celebrate her.
Apologies
Can you hear
for
me?
that.
Okay, yeah.
Yes. I was using my system before. I don't know what happened.
Ah.
Me that I was already blushing. Yeah, that. Thank you for
Because
that.
yes, so we have been celebrating you since.
So thank you so much. Today we are going straight into it. I didn't create slides. This class is a practical class basically. So somebody mentioned, I think it was Mr. Dennis, that was saying he wants to learn how to use artificial intelligence to create CV. So that's what we'll be doing basically today, because the old time of trying to draft a CV by yourself has passed. So I'll be talking on, at the end of this webinar, I have 4 or 5 main objectives. Number one of the objective is that you should be able to create your CV in less than 5 minutes or maximum 5 minutes. You don't need to now start thinking and see. ChatGPT is one of the best things that has happened to our generation. Like,
I know, right?
Do you get? So you don't need to stress yourself. Like, you can get your CV in 2 minutes. What am I even saying? Okay, let's just make it 5 minutes, because you still put it on Word and do some formatting, right? So one of my objective for today's webinar is I'm trying to connect my system. So please kindly excuse my mannerisms and my distractions from the class. But basically, yeah. So the first one is how to tailor your CV for different roles. You cannot use one CV, right, for a particular role. You have, like somebody was saying, he has a CV from 10 years ago. Is wrong. My mentor used to say that you should update your CV every month. right? So things that you are learning things every day, you are adding new KPI. So every month you should update your CV. Actually, I've not been following that. Well, at least I try to update my CV once in every 3 months. So the next one I want to talk about is, using your CV. That I'm still on the first one. Using your CV, different CVs for different roles. ChatGPT has made it easy. You can do 10 CVs at a go in 1 hour. 1 hour is even too much, under 30 minutes, and you are done, right? Then the next one is how to write a cover letter from your CV using chat. See, everything we are doing today is on ChatGPT. Oh, gone are the days where we start using Word, start trying to crack our brain, checking on Google, doing a lot of things. See, life is now made easy. Then the third one is how to improve your CV. Like if you have we'll still practicalize with somebody's CV on the call. I'll get the person's CV. I'll send my address so that somebody can send their CV. Then you can quickly update it or work on it to show you how you can move from what your CV is currently to what it can be, right? Then the third one is maybe you see a role on LinkedIn, then you want to get the key skills. So I don't know if so has any of us heard of ATS? I'm trying to connect to my system here. So have any of us heard of ATS for recruiters? You can unmute yourself and respond or use the chat box. Okay. No, I'm not. Okay, I'm seeing the comments. I'm trying to turn on my video now. Okay. So have any of us heard of ATS? No. Okay, applicant tracking system, correct. So what applicant tracking system does, I don't know if you can hear me clearly. What applicant tracking system does is that, so like when a recruiter is recruiting or when a company is recruiting, what happens is that they'll get a lot of CVs for that role. So what the application tracking system does is it segregates, or it just fishes out the best CV out of everything. So how does it fish out the CV? What it does is that, okay, I'll soon share my screen with you. Right? So what it means is that, so out of, let's say all of us on this call now, we are 77 on this call, then all of us applied for one role. They just want to employ 2 or 3 people, or they want to employ one person out of all of us. Then they need like 5 good CVs. So instead of the old days of where the HR will be using your Gmail, using the downloading all the 77 emails, right? What the HR will do is that you will definitely download all those 77 emails and put it on that software. That's the ATS software. So what they will do is that they will now put the job description of the role. Okay, for instance, now let's say, because you have more finance professional people in the house. So let's say it's a finance analyst role. So they already have a JD, they already have job requirements, the job description, what they want, and everything. So they'll fill in that software with the information they need, then also now put the different CV. So whichever of the skills, that if those skills that they want is on your CV, your CV will definitely be used in the role. They will invite you for the interview. I know a lot of Nigerians have not really, but I know a lot of HRs that are using, not a lot in Nigeria, but the way technology is going, most of them are learning the new ropes, learning the new system, right? So they'll put this thing in the software, then it will fish out the best based on the skills. So we'll also be doing that on ChatGPT, right? So I also want to ask, how many of us have a ChatGPT account, or you use ChatGPT on a normal day? You can just type your comments in the chat box. I'll be checking through the chat box while I start presenting my screen. So how many of us use ChatGPT? Okay. All right. Wow. So I am loving the comments. A lot of people are using ChatGPT, but okay, let me now ask, have you ever used ChatGPT to do your CV? Let me now move on to the next one. Have you ever used ChatGPT to do your CV? Let me see. Share my task. Okay, no. Wow. Okay. Okay, so what I do, right? So what I do. I'm sorry. Let me just try to Okay, I think that's better. So what I do here is I have a format that I use. So when I want to apply for a role, okay, probably I know if maybe I want to apply for a financial analyst role, or I want to apply for an internal audit or internal control role. What I do is I reach out to my friends. So that's the power of network. Or let's say, for instance, now I want to apply for a tax role. I'll just reach out to DY and say, DY, please give me your CV. Why? Because I can't start setting up formats on Word. So for instance, now the old way we usually do it, you just, okay, this is Word, then you now start typing, doing the no. There's no time for that. There's no time. So for instance, now maybe one of your friends call you, guy, there's this role that I want you to apply for. It's an internal audit role. What do you do? The first thing I do is, okay, I ask, maybe I would look through my network, who is an internal auditor that I know. Okay, I have a friend that is an internal auditor. Please send me your CV, guy. Please, I just want to use it to do work on my format. I want to check some JD and all. So I collect it, so I don't need to stress myself. So I have 3 major formats I use. So the fact that you're using ChatGPT does not mean that ChatGPT will do all the work for you on Excel, on Word for you, right? So I have 3 major CV formats I use. So this first one, these are not the real names of the people. I had to cancel. This is one of the CV I did for a client, but I had to remove some things out of it, their names and some confidential information, obviously. So like now, this is one of the CV formats I use. So this one has the career objective session, the experience, so far the experience, then the skills. Why I like this format is this skills part, because this is what that ATS would read. So when you're now checking I will still get there. So for these skills and competency parties, you come to, like now, for instance, you're applying for this role now is for an accountant can actually do all these things in the skills. So what you do is, okay, I want to apply for an internal audit role. So I'll come to ChatGPT here. So I don't know if every of us have tried to chat open. Me, I've already logged in. So that's why I have easy access to ChatGPT. I don't know if all of us have already. Please, can you just in the chat box, can you let me know if you have this platform for ChatGPT? If no, then it's very simple. So to sign in, because I've already opened, let me just search ChatGPT. So to sign in, right? I think because I've done mine, it will be taking me back to my own. So let me just open this one. Normally, if you've not signed in, right? So it will take you here. Then I just did try on web. So you move on to try, because I've already logged on. I've already signed into their system. That's why it's taking me directly here. But normally, if you've not signed in, okay, let me try to use this to open for my personal self. So ChatGPT for people that don't have it. So I'll come here. Then you sign up for it. It's just simple, very, very simple. There's nothing hard about it. You put in your, let's say, my email address. I don't think I've used this. Then probably a password. So it's just simple. Once you are done, you continue, then you already have an account, then automatically it will lead you to their platform here. So now, for instance, so number one of the things I said I want to do is, since we are talking about skills, so let me quickly run through it, then I'll talk about that skills part. No, not this one. So I said I have 3 formats I use. So this one, I like it because it has a place where I can say all the skills I want. So this is where you now have to tweak the system. Like, okay, for the role you want to apply for, yeah, then you can just go to ChatGPT. What are the key skills for so roles? So that's what I was trying to show you. Yeah. So the way you can talk to ChatGPT, just as if you're talking to a normal bank. Me, I'm very free. I can just say, write the key skills needed by an accountant in an oil and gas firm. So yeah, it will give me these key skills I need. So I've seen cost accounting, risk management, all those. So I'll make sure that all these key skills are on my CV. So if you now come and check this skills, for instance, I'm applying to an oil and gas firm, I'll ensure that all these 15 skills are there. So it's not as if you are copying all these ones, you are just copying the header. So industry knowledge, I'll talk about it in my CV. Financial reporting, I'll talk about it. Cost accounting. So I will now come here and put, so I already know that financial reporting, cost accounting, revenue recognition. So in my technical skills here, I'll just come and put them here, like highlight all the skills that they need for that one. Then the soft and hard skills, so you can also ask ChatGPT, what are the soft and hard skills that are needed for this role? Like, just ask it anything. Be very, apologies to use the word, be very stupid with your question. Like, you can say, ask ChatGPT anything. The way you ask maybe like your colleague or ask somebody sitting beside you, that's the way you can ask ChatGPT. The AI is, they are always shouting, the AI is coming to take our jobs. They are coming to take some jobs, obviously. But when you know how to manipulate this thing to your advantage, you'll be on the top 10% in your field. So now we also have software skills and all. So that's one of the reasons why I like this particular format. So then we have professional membership. We are still going into the class. Then we have academic qualifications, personal interests, references, and all. So that's the end of this one. Then the second format I use is this particular one. This is my CV. I've not updated it in a while. I think this was as at December. This was as at March 2023. So this one too, I try to highlight my key skills here. Oh yeah, now. So I try to highlight my key skills here. So I have my profile summary. Do you know the funny thing is that for every section of your CV, ChatGPT can work on it for you. So what I do is I can just say, I can just copy and paste this entire CV now. So Control C. So I want to update my professional summary based on, let me leave my professional summary out. So I'll start copying from skills. Don't worry, all these formats will be shared on different platforms when we are done, right? So I'll just come here, based on this CV, kindly help me summarize a career summary for my CV. So now I've already entered it. ChatGPT will tell me to put the CV now. So based on, I'll need a specific detail. So ChatGPT is asking me to put in my specific details. So I've already put it here now. Because I know ChatGPT likes story. ChatGPT has given me more than 10 lines. I'll just tell ChatGPT, oh yeah, summarize it. It's not me you give work to do. You can't give me 10 work. Then I'll just tell ChatGPT to summarize it. So you can even tell it to summarize it in 3 sentences, or you can tell it to summarize it in 20 words. So you can just play around with it. There's nothing, so summarize in 3 sentences because I want to take it back there. Yeah, so I can just, this one is saying I'm a commercial analyst based on my CV. So when you now get there, I don't want this one now. So I'll just say summarize it again. Let me see, based on summarize. I don't like that format. Summarize the CV shared, the career summary for the CV shared in 3 lines, in 3 sentences. I don't want my professional summary to be too long. ChatGPT might not give you what you want, but it's you that will tell it what, okay, still giving me the same thing. So it's me that will have to go and edit it myself. So I'll just copy, come to the format I already requested for. So this is the particular format we're working in. So where's the second format? So I'll just come here. So you just need to be careful to keep the format that we are used here. So I'll just come here, copy and paste. I don't want this to affect this. Let me see. Okay. Because this particular format is very, very sensitive. So let me just come in. I already knew it. Okay, so let me just so I come here, I do copy and paste, right? So from here, anything that is not related to, so instead of putting commercial analyst, I may just put financial analyst here. So you now tweak it. So it's not as if ChatGPT will give you all the answer you need. It's you that would have to work on it to make it better than. Let me just turn off my video so that we can focus on the class. Where am I? Okay. I'll try to what's the word now? I'll try to wrap up the class by 5:10. so that we can ask our questions. So the next one is, for instance, now, okay, let us even start the CV from scratch. So I can now tell ChatGPT, let me open a new one because it will still be using this information. So ChatGPT, help me create a CV for, I think I saw an IT administrator on the call earlier, or let me use for an internal auditor, internal auditor. So you know that it's not only accounting, you can use it for anything. Then internal auditor. So one thing it will do for you is that ChatGPT will not give you the format, but you already have the format that you want to use, right? So what ChatGPT will do is it will pull out information from different sources. So now this professional experience that ChatGPT brought out, it will not really be the one you are doing, right? So what you do is, if you have your JD with you, you can also put your JD here. You know, they always say we should make our JD actionable, like you should use actionable term. I evaluated, I collaborated with, I did this, I achieved. So you don't need to be stating your job description, maybe like preparing financial reports. Instead, you can say collated financial information to reduce 10% discrepancy. So you can even tell ChatGPT that based on this, give me actionable words I can use. So there was a CV I got. So the person just did like a rough summary of JD. So I was able to come on ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT to help me expand the CV and you should use actionable words. Then ChatGPT built on it, right? So I think at this point, I want to show us how we can, I don't know if I'm running in between different things, just me showing you different things you can do with it. So now, this particular thing, before I move on to what I want to show us, like how to apply for a particular role using ChatGPT, right? So I'll now come here to this experience side. So I'll just copy and paste it. It may not be what I'm doing, but I can also bring, okay, let's say this is my JD. So let me use this, my JD here now. Let me use this short one and tell ChatGPT to, okay, let me use something that is very tiny like this and tell ChatGPT to build on it, because those ones have more flesh. So I'll now tell ChatGPT that kindly, there's no need of kindly, but anyway, I just like to be very cautious with it. Kindly help work on this job description for an accounting role. So you can even tweak a particular JD to, so okay, there was one particular CV I did for somebody in public sector. So I was able to use a job description of somebody that was in the private sector to do it. So I just told ChatGPT that please help me reward this job description to somebody working in the private sector. I even put the in the public sector, I put the office where the person is working, like office of the auditor general, something like that. So I just put it there and it helped me to flesh out those job description. I don't know if I still have that, but let me just work on it. Help me work on this job description for a finance role. So I've already copied and pasted it there. So let me see what ChatGPT will give me. So you see that it has even made it more robust. So that short thing I had there, see what ChatGPT did for me. It made it more. So I can even say, give this more actionable word, make this more actionable, make this more actionable. Control V. What ChatGPT has done for me. Let me see what it will give me. No, this one is another thing. Let me just copy and paste this one that ChatGPT did earlier to my CV. So you see the difference between the two. See what ChatGPT did for me. Control C, copy. So you can have your CV currently now. Then it's not bad to work with what you have currently. Where's the format we are using? Okay, we're using this one. So let me come down. So see just the few lines. No, this is it. I had only how many lines? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I had just 5 lines. See what ChatGPT did for me. Am I still on? So this format is just, I don't know, this particular format is, but let me just paste and copy and paste it. So now this is where, so have you seen the difference? Control X. Then come here. So see the difference between the first one. So this one, it just, see this is just the small thing I had there before. see what ChatGPT did for me. So I'll now start putting my format, doing everything. Like, so I'll just come here, format. The thing is just simple, basically. So if you see I've already done my formatting and all those things, then I'm fine. Just tweaking each part of your CV. So now I can say, so I'm moving on to the next one. I want us to do the first objective. I said, like, doing a CV for a particular role. That will be the last thing so that we can remember it over time. So now, based on this, my CV now, let me just copy and paste it. I want to do a cover letter. So for people that are always going to meet people to do cover letter, so I've done Control C now. Let me just copy to double two-factor authentication. So now I'll say, based on this CV, do a cover letter for me. Do a cover letter of, let me say, 250 words. 250 words, so that it's not too much. You can use any, you can just tell it, if you tell ChatGPT to do the cover letter for you like that, ChatGPT like story. So you can just, if maybe they told you just do like a one pager. So let me see what ChatGPT will bring out. Then this cover letter, I'll just copy and paste it from my, okay, so it has given me my cover letter here. I said 250 words. Normally, this thing will have been more than this. So I'll just come here, copy and paste it, Control C. So you don't even need to start cramming your head and let me do a new. So I'll just come here and paste it. Then this is my cover letter. Paste. So now what I'll now do is I'll go through it because ChatGPT is obviously an intelligence. It's still it's still a tech, computer. So it's what you feed in that you get out. So you need to also check if everything that is here tallies with what you want. Then you just edit and tweak. That's all. So in just less than 2 minutes, I've been able to do a cover letter based on my CV, right? Then yeah, I'll just come and edit some things, like things I also want to add and all like that. So we've achieved one part. Just copy and paste your entire CV. Don't bother about the formatting or anything. ChatGPT knows how to use information from different sources to work on it. Just copy and paste your CV directly. If you see, I copied the entire CV. So if you see my format here, what I did. So if you notice, I copied everything. So I didn't even, irrespective, I just copied everything. The only thing I didn't copy is my name and my phone number. So I just copied everything on ChatGPT and I told it to create this thing for me. So now I want to do a CV from scratch, but using an existing format. So I want us to use this my format. I don't know. I always use this particular format. I got it from my mentor, basically. So this format is something that I like using because of the way it is aligned. This blue thing will make it even catchy to the HR. Then the skills part, this is my best part of it, where I can talk about the different skills I have. Then this is not limited, so you can put all your professional qualifications, a lot of things. So now, for instance, now we are going to LinkedIn for a particular role. I hope I'm communicating. Please kindly unmute yourself and let me know if I'm communicating and I'm not too fast, because I can't even check through the comments.
Yeah, you are
Section.
communicating so well, man. Yeah.
All right,
Sure,
thank you.
sure, I'm with you.
All right, thank you so much. So I'm trying to log on to my LinkedIn profile to show you how to apply for a particular role. Okay, now, so we have jobs. So for instance, now let's say, mommy, I like this money. Oh. Let me click on this one. So this is a senior finance controller role, right? Then I want to apply for this role, and I know that this is an international role because somebody mentioned earlier that she wants to be applying using her CV for international roles and everything. This one does not have plenty job description. Oh, let me look for the one that has plenty. Oh, maybe I should just copy everything. I'll copy everything. I'll just copy everything. So where should I start from? I'll start from, so I'll be working with, I'm applying to Skyvera for a senior finance controller role. So I'll start from here, what Skyvera is all about, so that ChatGPT can help me. I've sure copied everything. No, let me see where I should stop. Okay, our hiring platform. Let me see where I should stop. Working with crossover. I don't like this one. The rows are not, the JD is not plenty. So let me look at this payment analyst. Somebody is not muted. Okay, let me see this payment analyst. Somebody is not muted, please. Oh, I love this one. Fantastic. Fantastic.
We can't
All
see
right.
your screen. Share your
You
screen.
you can't see my screen. I'm seeing my
Yes,
screen here because I'm using my phone too.
I,
DY, can
I
you see my
can
no,
I
screen?
can see your screen.
I
I
can
can
I
see
see
can
I
you.
see
can
it.
see your screen.
Please, can you log out and log in? The person that said he couldn't see my screen. So, for instance, now I was asked to drop my CV for this role. Let's say I was asked to drop my CV for this role. So, payment analyst at Rice Stake, Lagos, Nigeria. So, is it remote? Okay, it's on site full time. So, what I'll do is I'll copy everything about the role. Then I'll now tell. No, I don't need to put what they offer. I think this is where I can stop. Then copy. Then I'll come here to ChatGPT. Where is my ChatGPT? Let me open a new one so it does not use this. So kindly, let me just don't use kindly. You're not sending mail. Help me write a CV based, or help me write my CV based on the information on this role. So, so I've already inputted it there. See, ChatGPT. So now, when ChatGPT helps me to do my CV with this role, see that all the keywords are already there. So I don't even need to stress myself that, okay, ChatGPT help me. So I'm just copying and pasting. So before you do copy and paste, please ensure that you can do all the things that ChatGPT is saying you can do in the role. That is one disclaimer, please, in the name of God. So that you know, so that is one person that taught you something. So like somebody was talking about international system, she wants to be applying for international roles. So this thing has already even put out the key skills that you need. So when they put this your CV, so you just come here, come and do copy and paste. So let's say I'll just come here, my career objective for that. So now you see that that is just one role, that payment analyst. So instead of you using, so accountants are guilty of this thing, right? They like using, they feel that I'm an accountant, so I'm shading myself too, but I don't do it. They feel that the accounting CV can open doors for them anywhere. You use accountant CV to apply for sales. Use accountant CV to apply for data analyst. Use accountant CV to do different things. As per accountant is the accounting CV is the one time fix all problem or something. So that's just by the way, yeah. So now I'm copying this to my CV. Please, all these things you are copying, please ensure you can do it. Nigerians, please, I beg, because this if this is an international job, even if it's a local job like a national job in Nigeria, please ensure you can do everything on your CV, because you may be saying that when you go for the interview, they may not ask you what is on your CV. What if it's your CV, they'll not even use to ask you the question. So what you do is, I'll just bring this my career objective. Let's say I've already gotten the format I had before. So it's just for me to like tweak it. I'll just come here, copy and paste, then tweak it to fit what. So this is fine. Then I'll come here. Then, so let's say you're not currently doing that role as a payment analyst, maybe you're an accountant, but you've done something similar. So in between this, your job description. So let me say now you're an accountant at Money Point. So it's not necessarily that you're a payment analyst, right? So what you do is that you now bring in that experience here and add it. So I'll just maybe like delete one or two things in. Let's say this is my JD as an accountant now. So I'll just bring in one or two of the extra ones here. So no, ChatGPT. So I'll just come here. Key skills. I'll still come and work on this one. So if you see what ChatGPT did, it didn't really give me a lot of JD under that professional experience. So one thing it tries to do is it tries to limit the number of things, because even if you tell ChatGPT to do a CV for you from scratch, it won't really give you wide range of JDs or what you've done, because it does not really know what you are doing. So you see that I have to feed in your job description and now tell ChatGPT that elaborate this job description for me based on this particular role I'm applying for. Or let me show you something. So now let me take this my role. So I don't want to copy and paste this role. So this is where I'm working currently. This is what I do. So I'll just say based on this, my JD, to fit into the role I want to apply for. I'll say based on this JD, help me rewrite my JD to fit a payment analyst role. Analysts role. Control V. So it will change everything. Entire. So if you see now, so it has changed everything I'm doing. It will now make it. So if you see now, yeah, everything, this new place now has much of the things that a payment. So if you notice now, it has helped me to streamline my job description to what a payment analyst does. Do you get? So you don't necessarily now need to copy and paste this particular JD that he gave you. You can just tweak your own and tell it that, okay, I want to apply like the first one we did, and I want to apply for an accounting job in an oil and gas firm. Kindly help me to use my CV to do this. So you can tell ChatGPT to do anything for you, like anything basically. I've done, I don't know if I should be saying this. I don't, okay. Let me retract it back. I'll be telling my own personal people. So you can do a lot of things. Simplify your process. See, you can even tell ChatGPT to do an SOP for you. Standard operating procedures. Like instead of you now trying to cram, do a lot of things, start writing it on your own. You can tell it to do anything for you. So I think now I've made that possible. Like you can use your current role to fit in a new role. Then what else again? So the key skills now. So I talked about ATS earlier. So what ATS does is it's track. Okay, let me just use it, fishes out the key skills. So what I can tell ChatGPT to do for me, I don't know if I fed the okay. So I'm copying this payment analyst role back. Or let me just go back to this place, to LinkedIn, and copy it so that we can all see what I'm doing. So I want to bring out the key skills. I'm moving to my key skills area now. Qualification, and I can add this to copy. So now I'll now tell ChatGPT to help me. So all these things we are doing, as you are getting the answer on ChatGPT, you just be coming on Word and be editing. I'm sure I don't need to be teaching us all these ones. Just maybe delete, then feed in your new role, edit, just edit and update. There's no big deal with that. It's just how to tell and command ChatGPT to bring out the result that you want that we're after. Let me do a new one. So help me using, or let me just use using an ATS tracking. Let me just hiring software, so it knows what I'm talking about. Hiring software. Bring out the key skill, or lists the key skills. The key skills for this role. So I can put it in my skills and competency area. I told ChatGPT to list what's going to see. ChatGPT list. Oh, okay, it did. Because before, so I'll just take all this, copy and paste. So now I can now tell it to segregate them into technical, because my CV is in that format I'm using. Segregate them into technical skills, soft skills, and what's that last one? Software skills. Hopefully it does it. Okay, brilliant. So what we'll do is I'll just take this one here for that payment analyst role, copy, then I'll come here. Where is that my skills parts? I'll come here. So paste special. So I'll now have to, it depends on how you want your format, but me, I like listing it like this. So data analysis, then statistical analysis, then data. So now, ChatGPT worked with me based on what I told it to do, based on ATS. So when ATS is trying to feed in that thing, it will just what's the word I'm looking for? It will just permutate. So let me delete this one. So I'm just going to copy and paste it at which one did I use? Okay, so the soft skills, software skills, data visualization. Or let me just copy and paste everything, then I'll be dealing with it. So if you want more more, if you feel like this software skills is not enough, or maybe this soft skills is not enough, you just be like, tell ChatGPT soft skills for a payment analyst. So I need to add more to it. This one is too small. I want my CV to be very bulky. For a data analyst role, payment analyst role. So I'll just list, always tell it what you want to. ChatGPT likes story. So see now, see, list, oh, list. I knew that this thing will definitely happen. So list them. Thank you. Thank you. You see that it first gave me long no. I don't need this. I just want to copy and paste these soft skills to my soft skills session. Maru just see me. I don't want too much. So I'll just come here in my soft skills, then paste. So now you see that you just need some little tweakings. I'll come here. So I know that when they are using ATS to check my CV, or when they put my CV on ATS, automatically to capture it. So you can also use this for somebody that was saying they want to start writing CV for international people. It's not that hard. Just look for, there's no perfect CV format, or there's no, it's just that just make sure that your CV has a good formatting. They can easily read it. So there's no generally accepted CV format. Different people use different CVs to get different jobs. But for people abroad, we are in Nigeria and we don't really know, but you can just ask maybe one of your friends abroad that, please send me your CV, let me see how it is. So you know how they abroad do it. Then once you have that format, you can now start feeding information from ChatGPT, giving it different command, or because they use ATS tracking system there. So you just ensure that all the keywords, you're telling ChatGPT to bring out the keywords you need. Then you can even feed in an entirely new CV on ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT to help you. I think I've said it before, to help you tweak it, like the entire and everything that I should help you tweak it to maybe another role entirely, like that one that we did for the JD. Then let me see software skills. So I'll just come here and copy. I just don't want to waste time on this word. It's something that once you have the formats, you can just go on ChatGPT and do it. What I'm just trying to achieve with this what's it called? With this that I'm doing is just for us to know the kind of command. You can tell it to do anything. See, the way it's coming to your mind, the way that command that I want to give it is coming to your mind, type it there. Like, just type it there. The way it's coming to your mind, just type it there. So one other thing is, I may just remove this proficiency away. I'm listing them. So let me just put data visualization. I don't want to take time on this word. It's something that if we give you the format, you should be able to just ensure that you are following the format. And this is not the generally accepted format or standard for all CVs. It's just the format that I like using. Then if you have a better one too, you can always use it. So there's something I want to do here. I want to add something like, so now there was something ChatGPT did for me that I want to copy and paste on this my CV. So it brought out something like, is it here? I think it's on that other one. Okay, it's on that other one. CV writing. Okay. So I think it brought out something for me that I liked. Key responsibilities. I gave it something to. So now I want to put these key skills on my CV. So I don't have any place where there's key skills there. So I'll just do copy and paste. Copy. Excuse me. I'll come to my CV. Which one are we using? Okay, this one. So this is the format I have before. Then I'll just come here. So I don't. Then copy and paste this format here. Control C. Then come here, Control V, key skills. So this one too is just like to just give the recruiter an highlight of your key skills. What's in that row? Let me put bullets, then put for everything. Okay. What I just did now. Yes. So key skills. So this one is just like a summary of your key skills before the HR now, should I bother? And if you see it did the key skills based on the payment analyst and everything. So let me come and copy that job description ChatGPT gave us earlier. No, I don't want this one. So I want to use my own current experience to conduct early to work on it. Copy. So, for instance, now, like I was saying, that you may not have that experience as a payment analyst and you're applying for a payment analyst role. Yes, so that's fine. That's fine. So it has done my current role to fit in it. Or if you don't want to tweak your current role, you can just come here to the key skills to make sure that your key skills is talking about the role you're applying for. I don't know if you understand, because some people may not want to fishing, but I don't think it's bad, because as you're gaining experience, you're also going through training and you're training yourself, professionally developing yourself. So you can add it to your JD since, okay, just like now, I'm working as a cashier and I'm building myself in financial reporting. I'm learning a lot of things in financial standards. I'll put it on my CV that I can do it. I can even find a way to incorporate it into my current role. So it's not be as if I'm not even doing that. Or most job is experience. So I'll find a way to, just put my cashier role on ChatGPT and say, ChatGPT, based on this JD, help me to fine-tune it to an accountant role, help me to fine-tune it to a financial analyst role. Even ChatGPT will add his own to it, like we did on this other format where ChatGPT even helped me to, add more things to what I was doing. So if you notice, this is not what was on it was there, but ChatGPT helped me to add more flesh to it. It's not as if you're lying or anything, but you're just trying to package yourself properly. So, and I think I've already showed us how to use your entire CV and create a cover letter from it. I've achieved one of my goals today. So we've done how to use CV for a particular role. Let me go back to my payment analyst role. I like this my format. So we've done how to use CV to apply for a particular role. So that is tweaking your CV for the role we applied for. It's because of time. We cannot do a lot of things, but I hope and I trust that we got the idea. So I'll try to wrap up by 6:15 so I can take questions. Then the next one, I said how to write a cover letter. We've done the cover letter, like copying and paste. Okay, now let me use this new CV to do a cover letter. And let us see, just to refresh our brain. So write a cover letter for me based on this CV. Write a cover letter for me so you don't need to pay anybody now to help you to do based on this CV. So for the new one to have updated, so the more you're updating your CV, you can just copy and paste your. So you see that ChatGPT has changed this thing now to payment analyst. Do you get? So it has updated my roles to using the terms, the skills that are needed for all those things. Yeah. So we've achieved that. You can change your CV 10 times in a day for any role. So you don't use one CV to apply for different roles. We've already talked about that. This is where ChatGPT comes to play, where you can just tweak, ask it question, take it back to Word, finalize, format it, and always send your CVs in PDF file for easy readability. Because if you send it in Word, sometimes when I get documents in Word, it's always scattered on my phone. So now imagine the HR checking your CV on their Word, on their phone, then everything is scattered in Word. PDF makes it more tidy, right? Then we've done cover letter, we've done we've not touched on how to improve your CV. Then we've touched on keywords. So you can bring out keywords from a particular role. I think I did that for the payment analyst role, yes, where I brought out key skills and all. So based on ATS, where did I put it? I was telling you that I should, based on ATS, using ATS, we've done that. Then keywords, ATS. So the last one is how to improve your CV. So in order not to waste our time waiting for somebody to send me their CV, let me just look for one CV that I have here. Let me use this very short CV. So this person is a customer service person. So let me see if I can tweak this CV for an HR role. I've already done copy and paste. Then kindly tweak this CV. Why am I using kindly? Am I writing mail? Kindly tweak this CV for HR role. Let's see what ChatGPT will do. So the revised CV highlights your relevant experience and skills, aligning them with requirement of an HRO. So is that I can put your CV in, what's it called? Tweak it. But I think this one is too a facade. It's something that you should be intentional about. Like if you know that okay, you want to move to HR and you're currently doing customer service, I think you should add more HR. I don't think it gave me that key skills thing. It's still talking about entry level. This did not do a perfect job for me. So what I would have done is I'll take everything one by one. I think what I would have done, I don't like what ChatGPT did for me here. So what I would have done is okay, professional. I'll now start taking it one by one. If I don't have anybody's CV to use as a reference, professional summary for an HR enthusiast, because I've not started doing in 3 sentences or 4 sentences. In 4 sentences. Don't give me too much story. So I can just copy and paste this to my CV, because I didn't like what ChatGPT did when I copied my entire CV to move it to another way, still highlighting the current role of this person as a customer service. It's not showing me in line of an HR person. So that's why we will now have to do this one by one. So yeah, I think I've learned a new thing on the call. I think if it's more specific, it can do a detailed work. So probably if I had told it to, let me copy and paste this thing and tell it to change this JD to an HR JD. Maybe if I were to be more specific, it would be more nice. So you just have to put in the works, basically. Let me see what ChatGPT will do. It's still okay. Appointment of HR manager. I noticed it changed something. So I think this is better. So I think the more specific it is, instead of just giving it everything for a new role, just make sure that I take it one by one and do it. But let's say it's like a JD of a particular role that you want to switch at. Like over time, you can just go through the recording and see what we did. You can just tell it to do anything, basically. So I'll be taking questions. Yeah. I'll be taking questions now. So I hope I was not too fast with the class. I hope we all understood it.
Yeah, thank you so much, Oyindamola, for your presentation. I mean, I've learned a lot in a matter of an hour now, and I really appreciate
Thank you
the
for
opportunity to
having
learn
me.
from you. So, Oyinda, please, before we go into question, I don't know if you might want to tell us some irrelevant things that should not be on our CV, because I've seen
No. Yeah.
I've seen situations whereby I had to review CV and then I'll be seeing state of origin, my local government, my date of birth, my hometown
Okay.
on my CV. So, like,
Okay.
just let us know those irrelevant things
Okay,
that should not.
let me apologies for that. Let me share my entire screen again. So I don't know why people feel their state of origin, your all those details are not necessary, except if it is stated specifically in this job application that you must write your. So I think the most important thing, number one, your name. This is not the real name of the client. I just changed this to Indani Melvis OVA. So the important thing, your name. I don't know if you can. Okay, I think my screen is. You can see my screen. Your name, your phone number. I forgot to put LinkedIn profile. So your LinkedIn profile too should be here. So now let me just copy and paste my link. No, there's no need, but we get the gist. Your LinkedIn profile, your address. So your address for security purpose, see things are happening. I'll see somebody, when I read some CVs, I'll be like, can I go to these people's house and tell them that why did you put your address on this thing? Like, how would you put your full address? And you know the state of the security. You don't know who is with your CV, because you're sending your CV to various, and we even have all these fake GNLD. We have ritualists that will what if they just come to your house and come to steal? Or you know, a lot of things. And for instance, maybe they saw on your CV that you are an HNI, you are an high net worth. What's the word now? Like, okay, let me just say that you are a rich person. For instance, maybe you are a CFO. Excuse me, and you sent your what's it called? Excuse me. Okay, and you sent your CV to them, then your full address is there. They'll just be imagining, oh, CFO should be earning between 3 million. If we go to his house, we can steal this, or we can track him. So, for security's sake, if you are living in, excuse me, so if you are living in, let's say Shomolu Bariga, or you are living in, okay, let me use, you are living in Ogba, Ikeja, you can just put Ikeja, Lagos. For instance, you are living in Lagos Island or Obalende, you can just put Obalende, Lagos. You are living in Port Harcourt, you can just put probably Rivers, Lagos, Rivers, Lagos. You can just put Port Harcourt, Nigeria. Then if they now want you to tell them your address, then that's fine. Maybe like they want to know the specific place and all. But I'm more familiar with the Lagos terrain, so for instance, maybe you want to put Mushin, Lagos. Don't put your address, number 4. So. No, you don't need that. Don't put your address. Don't put your age. Don't put your date of birth on your CV. It's not necessary. Those things, they can even use it to disqualify you. Like when it's only HR that actually knows our full information. So when I was given the opportunity to become an assistant finance manager at QFA, that was the Quality Food Africa where I was working. I was promoted from senior finance officer to assistant finance manager. I'm sure if they had known, maybe if my age was something that I was always shouting about, they might not have given me the road, thinking that I'm too young for it, right? So sometimes you don't need to put your age, or maybe when they even see your age, that's even you're too young for the role. Oh. Let's not see one age like you're too old for the role. First get the job. We'll be talking about the age later. Don't put your age, don't put your marital status. We don't need it. We don't need your marital
Because
status.
when
We
I
don't.
went, I
Somebody
didn't
is
get after
muted.
it. I took one.
DY, kindly mute the person. So don't put your age, don't put your date of birth, don't put your address. Like you can just put your location, like a landmark, Maryland, K2, Ojota. You can put Lagos Island, Lekki. You can put Ikate, Lekki. You can put Victoria Island, Lagos. You can put Ikoyi, Lagos. So don't put all those there. Number 3, something, something, something. Number 4, no. You don't need that. So just, I don't know if my screen. Okay, my screen is still sharing. So the things you need: your LinkedIn profile, your name, your what's it called, your qualifications, your certifications, probably if you have BSc, ACA, all those things like AAT, maybe what's the other ones, ACCA, all those things you can add them there. Then don't put your, what else have I seen? I think, God, please, I don't know if this I can use this. So I saw a CV where the person wrote sleeping as hobby. So maybe in this your personal interest now, you now wrote sleeping. I'm serious. So there's one I saw that I don't want to say. Well, we are adults. I think the person wrote, oh my God, making love on your CV. I'm like, the day I saw that thing, I had to ask, are you sure this thing is real or it's just catching crew? Somebody said it was real. That I said real. People they do things, oh, like people are really, really doing things. So you cannot put sleeping. I know you like sleeping. I know you like singing. Think of it as if the CEO sees your CV, will they apply you? Will I want to apply somebody that likes sleeping? You're putting personal interest, you like sleeping. When you can put things like reading, they want to know that, okay, you're hungry for knowledge. Put volunteering, you're a selfless person. Put networking, oh, you're serious about your career. Financial news, okay, you like keep being updated. Put research and development, oh, if we employ this person, right, he would research more about things that can move our company forward, learning new things. Like the list goes on and on. There's no one size fits all personal interest that you can do, and you can even add more as you fit for the role. So each role will determine what you're putting there. So if in the application they told you to put your age, put your marital status, please and please do, because I had a fight with a client one time when she was mandating me to put all those details I didn't like put. I said, Ma, it's not necessary. So after the back and forth on the call and all, so I think somebody was overhearing our discussion, and the person just said, just put it if she wants it like that. Because me, I cannot do a CV that, okay, I hold this certain belief in my head, then you're not telling me to do a CV to fit that same thing that I'm speaking against, right? So that's just the thing. Just ask them for, okay, what jobs are you applying for? Let me know. Then also to when you are doing CVs for clients, like I know this is, you can use this knowledge from here to start making money. Over time, it's not to be proud, but I've done CV for over 50 professionals, right? So I know that you can make money from this thing. So imagine charging, let's say on average, I charge 5,000 for CV. 5,000 times 50,000, that is how much? That should be 250,000, right? So that's just something you can use on the side also. For the lady that said she wants to be writing CV for people abroad, you can freelancing is easy. So just keep updating yourself on, okay, the terrain is different. We're in Nigeria, they are there. What are the different things they would want on their own CV? And the way they write their own address is obviously different from the way we write our address. Because I've done a CV for somebody living abroad, and their address is a bit confusing. So just ask them for all the details they will need and ensure that you are doing a very, very sound and quality job for the person. Then also on the other things that should be on your CV, like some people will be like, should my education come first? Should my experience come later? I know some people still ask that question, so let me just answer it now. I feel your skills, just sell yourself first before you start talking about your education. And if you have second class lower, there's no need of putting it on your CV. When you're submitting your files to HR, let them deal with it when you've gotten the job. But while you're still on the job, you can, if you have first class or second class upper year, you can put it, if it's a good grade, so maybe it's 4.0, you can add it to increase your value, your sellability to the business that is hiring you, right? Then all your, what's it called, all the trainings you've done too, add them here. You did data analyst training, you did data entry. See, put all your trainings here. So one of the things that helped me in my current role is there was this CFI. It was free, but that time, I don't know if people are familiar with it, that FMVA ALX course that time, I put it on my CV. So the funny thing is, my manager was not asking, I think 3 months after I resumed, that okay, she's a CFI. She always even advised people to write CFI. I think the person was not asking, there's this CFA or CFI, I said during the interview. I said it was CFI. So probably the person had CFA, but at least on my CV, they saw that I had CFI certificate. So no certificate is irrelevant. You don't know the day it will come up. Probably is that tech training you did. Put it there. It's not waste too much. See, normally, so I've seen somebody's training and certification session of their CV. It was almost up to half of a page. I will not even lie. And the person has been getting jobs like back to back. So they know that, okay, they're serious with training. And also, if you don't want your CV to be this bulky, you can just tell ChatGPT to like summarize things for you and all. But please and please, you don't need your date of birth. Those things they just use it to remove you from the application process, except when it's stated. You don't need your please and please your full address. We are not in good times, we are not in safe times now. You are not be putting your full address on your CV. Then your email has to be there, your working email has to be there, your working phone number. It's not that they will now call you. See, most times I always complain that village people, but we ourselves are our own village people, right? Yeah, you put the number you put on your CV is the number you're not using, or the Gmail you're using is wrong. And the moment HR is trying to send you interview invite, it's bouncing back, right? So you need to check all those things, how you spell them, how your number is written. Is it written? So now you know the way we write our numbers in Nigeria. I also notice is different abroad too. So the way they write their number is different. So you cannot use that Nigerian mindset for people when you're writing a CV for people abroad, right? So I think abroad they still write their full address, or maybe like the landmark of where they stay and all like that. So I think that's just it basically for me. Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
very
ma'am.
much, Oyindamola, for that.
Okay.
We've learned a lot. Personally, I've learned a lot from you today, and I'm sure it is the same for everybody as well that are in the call. So, now we are in the time for question and answer, and I feel like this is where we can tend to like express ourselves regarding issues you are facing with job application and your CV. So, I don't know how many questions we should take, but I want us to take as many as possible, and hopefully we should be able to like wrap up this meeting in the next 20 minutes. Yeah.
Yes,
So,
please.
oh my, the hands have too much already. So we'll try and see if we can take 10
Or
questions.
if they can also write it in the chat box. So
Yeah,
that
so I
one
can
person,
just read it.
yeah.
Yeah. So if you can type your question in the chat box as well, that will make more sense. And please, one question per person. There should not be sub question. Yeah. So
Okay, I think I
let's.
can off my. I'm trying to connect. Let me just cut. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we can continue. Okay, yeah, we can continue. I
All right.
wanted to
Okay.
disconnect my phone in
Okay.
my
So let me
laptop.
start with I'm coming. Let me try and check the first person on my list. So I have Osinusi Solar Bomi. Osinusi Solar Bomi, are you there? Oh, so we move to Richard Victor. Richard Victor, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, please.
Good evening.
Quickly, your question.
Yes, I want to appreciate Oyindamola, the convener, and Adeleye, the moderator for today's training. It has been really wonderful. I just want to ask something. During the time she was using Chat GPT, anytime she gives instruction and like she wants to paste maybe the JD from a particular TV, is it that uh, after you have given the instruction of what you want chat GPT to bring out, you just paste and you press enter, or how do you do that part? I didn't really get that part quite well.
Okay, thank you, Richard. So automatically the thing brings out the response. I don't know if you noticed. I didn't press. So it's when you type in your command to ChatGPT, that's what you want ChatGPT to do for you. There's one arrow there that you see. It's just like once you even press the enter button, so it will go. No, just there's one arrow. Very easy to use. Very, very easy. There's one arrow facing up there that, excuse me, that you use. So it's not that hard. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you, Winda, for that. So I have Ajamu Kolako next on my list. Are you there, Ajamu Kolako? Oh, so let me move to the next person. Vivian, are you on the call?
Yeah, I am. Thank you, Adedayo.
Okay.
Yeah. Oyindamola, thank you so much for the lectures.
You're
I mean, it was
welcome.
very insightful. When you asked about if we do use ChatGPT to refine our CV, actually, I got that idea from your status. I mean, some time ago when you posted, I was like, so really, we can use ChatGPT to tailor our CV to our needs. But the question I want to ask here is, I've come across some job opportunities, most especially on LinkedIn, where the provision to apply, we are being asked, can we apply using our LinkedIn profile? So my question here is it advisable to do more like a copy and paste from your CV to update on your LinkedIn profile? And secondly, is it advisable to apply using your LinkedIn profile?
Sorry, Vivian, can you come again? The first question, I didn't get that.
Okay. I said I've come across a situation where I would want to apply for a job on LinkedIn, right? And then I'm being asked to apply through LinkedIn. But then I discovered that, oh, my LinkedIn is not all that robust as my CV. So now the question is, can I do more like a copy and paste from my CV into my LinkedIn account, like my
Okay.
LinkedIn profile?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So
I,
is
I
it
get. I get.
advisable? Yes.
Okay. So what I do is to make my LinkedIn very robust. You know, there's one part of your LinkedIn in each job that you have there. You can put your JD under it so that it even makes it easy for what's this word, optimization. So when they are using some keywords or some JD to look for some roles, it will be there. So you just refine your JD properly, then add it there. I don't know if you've checked people's LinkedIn profile where you see in their job description, instead of it just only worked at Cadbury as internal auditor, you also see extra information where they put their job description there. So I advise you to make your most recruiters, especially international recruiters, use LinkedIn. And also too, you can use your CV and put your LinkedIn profile there. But sometimes there's always a mismatch between your LinkedIn profile and your CV, but that shouldn't be. You should ensure that all the details on your CV, you try as much as possible to put them on your CV, because globally, LinkedIn is more recognized, right? Because your CV. So I think that's even one thing that we didn't get to discuss. Like, just ensure that as a professional, I cannot say you don't know what LinkedIn is and you're not working every day. I keep tweaking my LinkedIn because there are just a lot of things that, okay, I learned this, I saw this on YouTube, let me come and try it. So after you've even added those information from your CV on your LinkedIn, make your LinkedIn very, very robust, because that one even has more wider reach than your CV, because global recruiters can see your profile. Basically, I don't know if I answered that question properly. So it's either two things: update your LinkedIn to fill what is on your CV, then on your CV to add your LinkedIn profile to it. Basically, yeah. I
Thank you
don't know
so
if that
much.
answered it. Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Oyinda, for answering the question. Thank you, Vivian, for that question as well. So, Ojo Timileyin, please, you have the floor now.
Okay, good evening,
Good evening.
and thanks for the presentation. My question is, like, our this thing NYC year, does it count as an work experience? And another thing is that, what of those that have not done any, that does not have any work experience now, like, what are we going to put in the CV? You understand? I don't know whether you understand my CV and my question.
Yes, yes, I do. Thank
Because
you.
right now my PPA, like my PPA, I work in an NGO as assistant, like acting as an assistant to assistant finance
Okay.
finance officer.
Wow. Okay, so I get your question. Thank you for that question. I'm glad you answered. I don't know if you noticed at the beginning when we did something like, you can just tell ChatGPT, like when I wanted to do that HR CV. So what you can just do is just tell ChatGPT, kindly create a CV for an entry level accountant. For obviously an entry level accountant. So it will give you some of the JDs and to just help you. So your CV may not even enter 2 pages. So for somebody that is between 1 to 2 years of experience, you can just limit your CV to 1 page. Use a format that has your skills, that will highlight your skills. That's where, so for your own level now, you should highlight more on your skills because you don't have the experience. But also try to make your experience full-fledged too. At least a 10 line, and a 7 to 10 line experience JD line is not bad. Max 10 lines. The just like ensure that your CV is a bit detailed, right? So I understand, and thank God, luckily for you, it's not as if you are teaching. What you are doing is experience. So you don't even need to now start separating NYC on your CV. I always tell my clients that add it, is 1 year experience already. So when they ask me how many years experience you have, you add your NYC here to it. If it's relevant to the, even if it's not relevant, you are still working, and obviously you should be building yourself, and once you are gaining skills, you can add your year of experience to it. And luckily for you, you are working as an assistant finance officer or assistant accountant. Then you can add it to your CV. Okay, worked here. There's no need of now putting NYC in front. It's really not necessary. Just put it. You have the experience, basically.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you, Oyindamola, for that. I mean, that was a good answer
Okay.
to the question. John, you better read them.
All right, good evening.
Good
Thank
evening.
you, Oni, and others. I've actually learned a lot here, just like everyone have said. Though two persons have asked my question, but I will quickly add this. Um, okay, looking at the level of experience, we have the entry level, the mid level, and the managerial level. In terms of CV pages, I know you tried to answer that from the last person that asked the question. At the managerial level, what is like the number of pages a CV can be that will make it to look more relevant? You know, like you mentioned that it's not to fill your CV with so much information, both relevant and irrelevant. A smart one should be like how many pages for a managerial role?
Okay, I've seen a CFO CV that was 5 pages. And when I submitted the CV for the person did not complain. Like the recruiter, the person collating the CV for the recruiter, she was like, wonderful. I was so shocked. So I think it depends on the quality of your experience. If you can keep your CV down in 3 pages for a managerial level, fine. But if you know you have because the man has, I think that man has over 10 years experience, so I knew why he actually added it, and his portfolio was very, very rich. His portfolio was very, very massive. So I understand the 5 page, but I feel for entry level, 1 page. For managers, like for we mid level now, 2 pages is enough. Managers, 3 pages, 4 pages. So if you now have a very, very massive portfolio like that CFO that I saw a CV, I think 3 to 5 pages, 5 pages max. But I think we should still keep it within 3 pages so that the HR does not get, people have short attention span now. It cannot be compared to those times. People just want, what's the most important thing? Let me just check. So if the CV has been done in such a way that the most important things were put in page 1, then I think 3 pages are fine. But when you know that you need your portfolio to speak for you, probably you want to apply to all these UN and co, like United Nations, those ones, I think you need a more robust CV. So 5 pages is fine.
Thank you, Oyindamola. Mr. John, does that answer the question?
Yes, that answers the question. Though we said one question per person. There is something I
Yes,
wanted to
yes,
add
yeah.
to it, but I have to stick to the rule. All right.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay.
Christian Okeke, please, your turn.
Let's fix that.
Okay, let's have Osinusi Shola Bomi.
Good evening.
Good
Thank you for
evening.
the show. Like, I want to ask, the question I was asked that, for example, someone that wants to apply for entry level role, and though the person doesn't have job experience, but during NYC, like I'm talking about myself, for example, during NYC, I served as a teacher. So, and I want to work in the finance sector, and I feel like it does not align with it because I never even teach something like any accounting or and most jobs, even entry level, they'll say 0 to this thing. And of course, they'll choose people with experience, and I don't have experience in that. So how do I do my CV to like match the requirements?
Thank you so much for that question. So I think the question is similar to the one that was asked earlier, but luckily for that lady, she was working as an assistant finance officer. So one of the things you should do is skill up. See, there's no excuse for you not getting the job. So one thing I usually tell myself is, if they don't give me this job, it's not because of something that, it's not because of my fault or something that came from me. Let it be that they didn't want to employ me. So I should have crossed my eye and dotted my T's. So this is one of the challenges we are facing as finance professionals, where probably we served. I think this was one of the challenges I had because I was teaching in nursery school. So while I was applying for a job, I didn't have the experience or anything. But one thing I now noticed over time is when I started putting some softwares on my CV, I started talking about, so if the next thing, go for ICANN basically, then also skills you can prepare. You don't need to be working to even know how to, like, your double entry should be sound. So one thing is, you can use same ChatGPT. Please do an entry level accountant CV for me, and you ensure that you can do all the skills that ChatGPT will mention. Though your experience may not be plenty like your JDs, but ensure that you have key skills. Okay, you know your double entry, you can prepare financial statement, you can do financial analysis. Even if it's just YouTube videos you are watching, don't necessarily even need to pay for courses if you don't have it now. But if you have the money now, but if you have the money, pay for courses, add these things to your CV. So the things that will take the bulky part of your CV will be your skills side and your training side, your professional qualifications, your training, your certifications. So those are the things that will take the bulk of your CV, and they know that, okay, yeah, this person is trying hard to work on their self. Okay, this is what I'm doing. Then also, you can also have a session of key skills, like, okay, these are the key skills I can do. That will be after your professional summary. Then your key skills, like, okay, I can prepare financial reports. Even if you cannot lie on your CV and put it in, or maybe lie that you work somewhere as a finance officer or something. So in that key skills, you just highlight what you can do: financial reporting, analysis. There are a lot of resources on YouTube you can use to learn. So one of the things you can also do, go and check the JD of that job you're applying for, like that one we did for the payment analyst. All the
Yeah.
requirements that are there, ensure you can do at least 70% of the JDs that are there, right? Then put it on your CV that, okay, these are the key skills I can do in the requirement, to check what is in the requirement of that vacancy. This is what I can do. Add it to your CV. You are not lying. Just don't put it under any company, because you know sometimes they go and do verification, call your previous employers that okay, this person work for you. So to be on the safe side, just ensure that your key skill is very you feed in, you flesh it, add more flesh to your key skills, add more flesh to your professional training, certifications. See, when you even do a training on YouTube, probably you did a CFI training on YouTube, you can put it there as CFI. Then or you can go ahead as going to their website. There are a lot of free courses on their website. We have Udemy, Coursera, scholarships that you can take to learn more about accounting, even if you know the theory. So when they're asking you, the only gap that will be there is that you don't have the professional or the practicality of it, but you know it. So even if you don't consider that girl, she really tried, she answered all the questions. The only thing we saw was that she didn't have the practicality, and it's something we can train her. She seems trainable, she has learned, she has done a lot of, so just ensure that you are giving them reasons to employ you, so that you'll not be the one shortchanging yourself. I hope I answered that question.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Sorry, can I still ask my question? I was trying to speak before you switch to the next person.
Okay, please, you can go ahead, please.
Okay, I wanted to ask a question. Thank you for the class, Oyinda, I wanted to ask, when applying for maybe for a job, you're writing a mail. So you have your CV and then you have your cover letter. Should you send your cover letter as a document or as a written note, should you like type it on the copy and paste on the Word? I don't know how you should do, because most of the time when I apply for a job, I do write like my cover letter. And sometimes some jobs does not require you to send a cover letter. Should you still send your cover letter? Thank you.
Okay, I appreciate. When it's required for you to send your cover letter, do it in a separate Word file and PDF it. So that means you're sending 2 documents for your application. You're sending your CV and you're sending your cover letter. So the other thing you can do is, most people just send, I didn't discuss this too as well. Most people just send their CV shabbily. Like there was one time I was recruiting for an internal role, and I was telling people to apply. Some people just send their CV. They didn't even say kindly find attached. They just sent it like that. So I don't want to say that we always say HRs are wicked and all, but we should do our best. If you give me something to, maybe like on the body of your mail, you can just give me something that would tell me to read this letter, like something that will attract me. For instance, I can just do like a 5-sentence summary of your cover letter on that body of the letter. Okay, dear hiring manager, just give me a short rundown of what you do. Like me, I always go over the board. I'll do my entire cover letter on that body of the email. But I know that that's when hard times call for hard measures. So that time I was really job hunting and I was just doing a lot of crazy things then. But some of them worked and they reached out to me. So surprisingly, go all the way when you're applying for a job. Like if it's to, but I want to say you should know people's attention span, like I said earlier, has reduced now. So just do something short and catchy that, let me read this, guys. So not just kindly find it attached, experience for the role. Put something in the body of the letter. Oh, dear HR, my name is so. I'm an experienced. I have over 5 years experience in financial reporting, management, IT administration. Just give the person something to look forward to, that okay, this person has done a summary of who they are. Okay, let me open the CV and check. But when they ask for your cover letter, you're attaching 2 documents. But when they say send only your CV, so in the body of the letter, don't just send your CV like that, or just say, dear ma, kindly find attached. No, dear ma, my name is so. I'm applying for this role because I have the expertise in this thing. I know you're looking for this person. Okay, probably using their own requirement that okay, they need somebody that can do Sage, that can do data analysis. Put it in the body of the letter. I'm an expert in data analysis. I'm an expert in financial analysis. Just put it there, like solve their solution, solve their problem. Every vacancy problem is a people problem. Every vacancy problem is a people problem in such a way that they want you to, they are looking for somebody to come and solve a problem for them. If they didn't need you, they won't put out that vacancy. So they are not even doing you a favor by giving you the job. It's a win-win situation for both parties. So look for that pain point they have. So it's in the vacancy you see the pain point when they put the requirement that, oh, okay, this is what we want the person to have. So put that same pain point in your body of letter. Okay, I can do this. If they want somebody that has over 5 years experience, okay, may I have 4 years experience, but I can do all the things that were listed. You now put all the requirement there. There's a way you highlight. You can even put the requirement on ChatGPT that please help me do a career summary or something like from their own requirement that they asked you to, so you know you are going there to solve a problem and to give the HR something to look forward to while opening your CV. Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Okay, I think we're almost done. We have Oyinda, thank you so much for answering that
You're
question.
welcome. Dad. Thank you.
Patient Elimian, please, in 30 seconds, please, can you ask your
I
question?
think that will be our last
Yeah,
question. But I
yeah,
can quickly go through after patience. I can quickly just go through the chat room. I'm seeing some questions there, so I'll just wrap it up as my closing remark.
yeah, okay, that's fine.
Okay, thank you. Good evening.
Good
I
evening.
quickly want to ask, is it okay to have your half picture on your cover page attached to your CV? If
Mm,
I mean, a company said that's how they do their own CV in the organization. So if you're applying, you must have cover picture. Is it advisable to do that?
I think you already answered the question yourself, right? So if that's why I always say, find out the requirement. What do these people want from you? If they said they want your picture, please put it. But for general CVs, except if you are applying for a modeling job, I don't think there's need for you to put your picture on your CV. But when the company is requesting for it, please do. Because to even remove bias, some people when they see your face, I don't like this person. It will not be because you did anything wrong, but just to prevent bias from happening from people. Me, so I can be biased. I'll just see somebody's picture. What happened? Why do you put your picture here? Yeah, then. So just to remove that bias, at least the HR does not even know what you look like. The HR does not know your tribe. Does not. That's why some people even go as far as putting their tribe. So you don't need it. Putting your state self, you don't need it. So maybe me, I don't like people that are from Osun State. You're not gonna put Osun State on your CV, and I'm HR. My personal bias will definitely come into it. So I don't know if you've noticed in some organizations, so you notice that they employ people from some certain school. Let me blow the trumpet of my alma mater. There was one time in my former company, we were more than 70% Unilorin. I don't know how. Maybe our HR was from Unilorin. I didn't even know them, but most of us were from Unilorin. I also had another big banking institution. Most of them are from Unilag and Unilorin too. Like, so if for that kind of bias now, like, okay, I'm just using that one as an example. Like, if I see anybody that has Unilorin on their CV, I'll be like, this person is my person. Even if I don't know the person, but my personal bias will come into it. So I even feel that personal bias is also coming to hiring. So just to make sure that you're not putting yourself in at the advantage of people's personal bias when they are recruiting you. Just remove all those tribes, states, and everything. Because if I see somebody from my state, I'll be like, okay, I can give this person a chance. Oh, this person is from Unilorin. Oh, wow. Great. Alma mater, we produce the best. I'll bring the person in. So just to remove those biases of those kind of things. So you can just remove it out. So I'll quickly go through. I don't know if that answered your question, but I trust it did. So
Yes, yes.
somebody is asking that, is there a specific group the CV format to be shared? I think I'll share them with Dio, and I think he has everybody's mail. If you registered for the program, then we can share it with you. But I'll have to tweak and remove some people's details from it. So I'll just share the format with him. But
Thank
then
you.
I think we've gone through almost all the questions in the chat box. Yeah, I think we are done. So thank you so much for having
Somebody
me.
somebody asked a question you've not answered because I equally have that same question in
Which
my
one
mind.
is that?
Someone,
CV as an
somebody is
undergraduate.
asking, somebody is asking about double entering principle. If there is a better place, I mean a place where she can actually learn it and be better. I have that challenge too. So I was actually waiting for you to
Okay.
ask.
Oh, okay. So I think one of the things, just go back to your essential accounting. Me, when I left school, I was always reading my essential accounting back to back. Like, don't let anybody. Then also you can take up like trivia questions. It's reading. This thing is just don't wait for somebody to. Double entry is basic thing, like something they expect you to even know from SS1. Debit your asset and expense. Credit your is day clip. Credit your liabilities, income and provisions, like day clip, DAECLIP. So you now practice with a lot of what's it called, transactions. Then also you can go online, okay, ask questions like, okay, sometimes so I do double entry when I'm confused with ChatGPT. Please do a double entry this thing for me on this transaction. Give ChatGPT the transaction and also learn. But I think it comes first from reading. You cannot really, I don't think I've seen a class on double entry before. So it's from personal reading. Go back to your secondary school book, Frank Wood, essential accounting, farms, financial accounting made simple, all those things, it really go a long way. Then you can now
Okay.
titrate with current transactions in your office, probably prepayment, accruals. And I know a lot of people that post all those kind of trivials on LinkedIn. So follow communities that do that. I know Accounting Yard does that. Perpetual to Badejo on LinkedIn, she does something like that. So we can do something like that soon. Then let me just answer this last question. So somebody is asking that as an undergraduate, do you need a CV? Of course, if you are currently applying, I think it's even from undergraduate, you should start taking your professional life seriously, because obviously if you are finding for yourself and you're applying for jobs, you will need it. But it's just the experience part that will just be the challenge. Like, what do you write in your experience? Except probably so one thing I always advise people that are undergraduate to do is to work. Those your 3 month break, you just sit down at home, even if it's just going to be pressing laptop or just be typing for them in an audit firm, or just to while away the time, not really while away the time, but to make use of your time. You can even be like a cashier in a supermarket, just even find something to do so you can put it on your CV. Like now, that cashier on your CV now, most times you can just put account officer there. You say you record sales, you record payments, you record expenses. So all those kind of things are the things you can use to push up your CV, basically. If you put 3 months there, then, or you collect, or maybe you had 3 months interval, 3 months, 2 3 months holiday in a year, then you put 6 month experience there. Then if they ask you why, okay, this was an intern, or you put internship too there, so I don't know that, okay, this is an internship role. It's not something that you just left the company in 3 months and all like that. So somebody is asking the major difference between CV and resume. I think it's just the use. We use CV you hardly we use HR in Nigeria to tell you to bring your resume, mostly CV, but abroad there's difference. So I don't want to mistake it now. CV, I think one curriculum vitae and resume. So let me just explain. I don't know which one is one, but the last one, there's one that will have to have all your educational background. If you are applying for an educational role, like people that want to jack and go and study, I think is either your resume, but you can research it online. I don't want to give the wrong information. I've not updated. I can't really say, but I know one of them is for educational purpose. You're applying for PhD, masters, then the other one is for job. So you can just check online. And I don't want to give the wrong information now, and I'm not currently online to check that. What should come first between educational background, key skills, and competency? Like I said, I don't think this person followed the class from the beginning. Mr. Moses. So one of the things is, I already said it's better for you to have your professional summary first, then have your experience, or you can put your key skills in between, then your experience. Education should always come last, except maybe you're a first class graduate. Even if you're a first class graduate, people want to see what you've done outside your education. So I think education, I like putting education at the end. There's no format for it, but this is what I feel that I've used over time and I've got a result for. So you have professional summary, experience, or you have professional summary, key skills and experience, then all your other skills, professional certification. Even professional certification should come before your education, because education, everybody has a BSc, everybody has an HND. So what stands you out from others is the things you've done after school, basically. So no, you arrange it from somebody is asking that arrange your CV from this is the last question I'm taking actually. So the date should be arranged from your oldest to no from present to oldest. So the where you are currently will be the first experience, followed by where you've worked before. So the most current place you're working is the first job experience that will be on your CV. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you, DY.
Thank you so much, Oyinda, for sacrificing your time to offer value to us.
Thank you for
We really
having me.
appreciate you
Thank
joining
you,
us
sir.
today. Please, can we all say thank you to her? I mean, with an emoji or something.
You.
Thank
Let's
you.
say
Thank you
oh,
for staying. Thank you.
Thank
I hope
you
you got
oh,
very
value.
much.
thank you
Yes,
very,
we got
very
value.
much.
Thank
Please,
you,
can
Oyindamola.
I quickly make this contribution? Um, am I giving the audience?
Please, in 30 seconds, can you just say what you want to say so that we
Okay,
can?
okay, thank you very much. So, I want to quickly talk to the entry level space, because from the way we are discussing so far, I think we have some people that are at the entry level, like the NYC people that are still in the NYC and the likes. And some of these people in schools, they won't teach you accounting software, and it is important that you can learn accounting. So one accounting software, it gives you advantage even before you get your first job. It will help you to give you advantage over others. And I'm using myself as an example. That's what I did while I was in my final year. I was already thinking about life after school. So I have to do myself a favor, learn two accounting software, things Sage and QuickBooks, and it helped me so much immediately I left school. So you can do that. For those that are talking about double entry principle, like Onya has said, you learn online, get the books. Books like Accounting for Beginners by Joseph Akeju. It's fantastic. Fantastic. You can get it, you can buy it from any of the ICANN tuition centers around Lagos. It's fantastic. So
Thank
thank
you
you.
very much, Mr. John, for your contribution. I mean, if anything you want to know, I mean, you can always get them online. All of these things are also on YouTube where you can learn from. I know of Accounting Yards, I know of Perpetua doing amazing stuff on YouTube. Even tax problem solvers, we do a lot of stuff like that on YouTube. I mean, Accounting Job Ops is on YouTube where they've uploaded several videos where you can, I mean, YouTube alone, you can become an accountant. It's not a must for you to study accounting in school before you can become an accountant. I mean, you can check videos and learn a lot from YouTube and read books as well. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining this call. I hope, I mean, to those that told us their expectation, I hope we have been able to meet your expectation at the end of the day. Again, thank you so much, Oyindamola, for coming and for offering value to us tonight. Thank you, everyone. And I think at this point, webinar is over, and thank you all for joining. See you again when next we, have another
Thank
one.
you.
Thank you.